Your ballot for office of city council member is Ms. Catherine Pennell. We're going to start with you drew questions number 3 and number 7. Question 3 is, what approach would you take to facilitate new business in the city, and how long do you think that it will take for that to happen?
Well, new businesses are hard to come by in this city because we have no place to grow. Years ago, this town was voted to be a bedroom town.
Still can't hear you.
A bedroom town. Can you hear me?
No.
Oh, sorry about that. Let me get this in my mouth. Years ago, the Tool was voted to be a bedroom town, and that's what it's been all these years, and that's why probably it has never been promoted business-wise. I did help get the Dollar General here this year, and that has really helped the city. A lot of people have told me that, and I don't know how we could grow it. I know how we could get people to move into Tool, though, is to freeze the tax for senior citizens. There's nothing, City of Tool does not have anything to offer them. We have to pay separate for our fire department. We don't have anything to offer them. But if we had our city tax frozen, I think more people would move to this area and build. That's my story, and I'm going to stick to it.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Pennell. Question number 7 that you drew is, what is the number one thing that you hope to accomplish by the end of your term?
Well, my term may be up next week. 2 weeks.
If reelected. If reelected, what would you hope to accomplish by the end of your term?
Well, streets have always been on my agenda. I think everybody needs to be treated equal. I know some areas pay a lot more tax, but all people pay taxes if they own property, and they pay taxes according to their tax roll. And I think they need to be treated and get their streets done also.
Okay,
And that's what I like.
thank you very much, Ms. Pennell. All right, next on your ballot, number 2 on the ballot is going to be Michael Fladmark. You drew questions number 1 and questions number 10. Mr. Fladmark, question number 1 is, what recommendations would you give to improve the overall efficiency of the city?
Do I have a chance to introduce myself?
Yes, you may.
Okay, thanks. See a lot of familiar faces, but I'm Michael Fladmark, and I'm interested in running for city council. This is my first foray into politics, but I've lived here since 2006, built a house, live in Heatherwoods, and I've pretty much, since we've lived here, tried to attend as many city council meetings as I can when I'm in town, and so this year I decided it was time to get a little more involved. It's always a challenge to want to try to get involved in politics or get involved in doing more for your community. And I think this is an opportunity that I'm looking forward to, and I hope you're looking forward to it. And I just want to get your vote, and so I can be elected to city council in this upcoming election. Thank you.
Okay. Question number 1 is, what recommendations would you give to improve the overall efficiency of the city?
Well, you know, a manager always thinks there's room for improvement for efficiency. I can't say that I really know the back workings of City Hall. I do know that things work relatively well. I think we have a pretty good staff, but there can always be some improvements, and that's I'm not going to really say I need to, get more involved if elected. I think at this point you're pretty responsive to citizens when they call and try to get back and have an answer for them. The biggest issue I think almost everyone has as far as efficiency is how fast the streets get repaired. But that's not City Hall. That's a function of our tax base. So that's really all I have to say on that.
Thank you very much. Question number 10, what do you perceive as the most important concern facing the city, and what is a potential solution?
Well, the challenge is attracting some viable businesses to our city. And as Catherine said, we're not really focused on attracting businesses. We're focused on, being a bedroom community. But we kind of have to change that, because if we want to improve some services and grow with the rest of the communities around the lake, we need to have 1 or 2 destination businesses here. So I think that's the challenge before us for the next couple of years, is trying to find someone to come here and solidify our tax base a little bit.
Thank you very much. All right, place 3 on the ballot for office of city council member is Randy Whitehurst.
Thank you. All right, I'm Randy Whitehurst. I think most of y'all know me. I've been down here since 1991 for living, and I live in Heatherwoods. And of course, I'm seeking my second term here. I think a lot of y'all know, I served in Seven Points for almost 10 years. And the reason being there, my parents wanted to move down here after me and my wife had moved down every year. So I give them my house in Heatherwoods to move in. So I moved to Seven Points. And then they both passed, so I've got my house back, and that's why I'm back here and all that. 2 years ago, when I sat here talking to everybody on the first election we ran for here, I talked with all of y'all about a lot of stuff we need to work on, debt, growth, which is new business, city departments. We've accomplished a lot in the time frame we've been in here. Number 1, we're debt free. That's a big thing. Second, we have not raised any taxes in 2 years. I think it may be even 4 years. I just have to check, but I know for sure we haven't touched taxes in 2 years. We've also initiated and got the animal control going, code enforcement going. Our streets, which is a big deal, we've even initiated steps going towards outside contracting, which helps in a lot of ways. I got new glasses yesterday and I had a hard time seeing stuff. Anyway, it helps a lot of ways related to the outside repairs, and nothing against our maintenance department. Franklin does a great job. A lot of our equipment has gotten older and needs a lot of repairs. What we're saving on repairs, we can put towards these outside contractors. And that gives Frank even more time to do a lot of the more patching and stuff that we does not have the time to do. Other than that, I just ask for y'all's support and hope that y'all will vote for us on the 7th. Now, I know our current council, it seems a lot of times we don't all seem like we always get along, but we work good together. That's the main thing for a council. And I think that these 2 that are running to would be even good candidates. We just need to make sure we've got people in there that we can always make the right decisions, because we always seem to come together and do the right thing. Thank y'all.
Okay, your first question is going to be question number 2. Mr. Whitehurst, if you're reelected, what would you do differently this term than you did in your last?
That would be continue and keep on growing. Get the retail business in here. I know Mr. Nelson's talking about there's not any room for growth. We've got tons of room for growth. And one thing, I have been in contact recently with a company called Buxton. They're out of Fort Worth. They're a retail recruitment company. What they do, they show us a lot of things, and we have access to analytics. Helps us learn how to showcase our retail potential. And they put us in touch with retail businesses that are looking to move to smaller towns like us. That's what I would do differently.
Okay, and question number 13. In your opinion, what level of involvement should city council members have on the day-to-day business of the city?
When you got a city that runs efficiently like ours does, we don't need as needed basis or emergency, something like that. And it depends on, some council members might be retired, not at home all the time. I guess the 2 years I've been here, used to come in once or twice a week, but I come in maybe once every 2 weeks now. And if we have any kind of emergency, we can call an emergency meeting or something like that, but I don't think council members should be really involved in the day-to-day business.
All right, thank you very much. As we said at the beginning of the meeting, number 4 on your ballot, Kyle Roberts, is withdrawn. Though you will see him on the ballot, he has asked that he be withdrawn for consideration. Number 5 on the ballot is Rick Williams. He is not going to be in attendance with us tonight. So that brings us to number 6 on the ballot, Miss Barbara Whitfield.
Hi, I'm Barbara Whitfield, and being I've only lived here about a year and a half, I'm the new kid on the block. I'm 64 years old, so kids kind of negotiable. I moved here from Houston, and that's where I was born and raised. I work in the financial and accounting area, and I have for the last 13 years. I have 2 grown kids and 3 grandkids. I moved here not knowing anyone or anything about Toole. And I have more friends and great neighbors than I ever did before. This is my home. It's not just where I live, it's my home. I've not been in a government position before. I've been on boards before, but never in government. And you may think I'm not qualified for city council. So I want you to know this much. I am very conservative, especially when it comes to money. I work for what I have. I know how hard it is to earn a living, and I know how much harder it is how to spend it, figuring out how to spend it wisely. I'm not going to know everything that comes through city council right now. I don't know what's going to come that way, but I'm not afraid to ask questions, the hard questions, until I get an answer that satisfies me. I'm not going to make everybody happy with every decision I make, but I'll say this up front, I'm going to be honest and I'll try my best to be fair. You deserve that. Most importantly, I'm not coming here with an agenda. I don't have anything personally that I want to have this council railroad through. I'm here for you, for the people of Toole, and nothing personally for me. I'll work for Toole my best abilities. I'll work with the council that you have elected and whoever ends up being elected. And finally, I want to say, and I know I sound like a politician, but finally I want to say, we're all busy, we're very busy, but please vote. Whether it's for me or any one of these fine people, your one vote here does count. It will count. Voting is our right, it's our privilege. Please vote, and thank you.
Thank you very much. Now, Ms. Whitfield, your first question is number 11. Please discuss the strategies that you would use to accomplish your goals if elected to office.
I guess the strategies, I'm not sure if the strategies, I would, number one, want us all to work really well together. It's not to say we aren't going to have discussions or disagreements, but we have to work together to come to a common solution. So I guess the first strategy would be to make it so we can work well together. I'm not saying the existing hasn't, just saying that's a very important strategy to me. And as far as the goals, I want to go outside, push the envelope maybe. We say we want to bring in more revenue. We want to bring in, let's see what other options are out there. I don't believe in change just for the sake of change. But sometimes you have to go out and think outside the box to help resolve problems or to get us where we want to be.
Okay. Your second question. In the event of a budget shortfall, what would be your first suggestion for making cuts?
Depending on the shortfall, which could be minimal or major, go ahead, shoot me now, but it's probably going to be road construction. The 2 big items that I see that are on the budget, there are a lot of other items, and I don't know all the small nuts and bolts of the budget. But the big item on there, the 2 big items are police department, police protection, and roads. And I believe very strongly in having a good police department. So unfortunately, it's going to have to be between, if it's a major change, it's going to have to be roads. It's not to say that won't be the first thing that we try and get back in there as quick as we can, but if it's a shortfall, honestly, that's where it's going to have to be.
Thank you very much. Okay. Number 7 on the ballot for office of city council member is Mr. Mike Barr.
Hello, my name's Mike Barr. I'm running for my second term. I've been down here on the lake area now for about 40 years. I retired from EMS as a paramedic after 17 years with them. Decided to get into politics because I moved down here and there were some things I needed done or wanted done or seen the city happen, like the dogs and stuff we wanted taken care of, and a lot of complaints of people doing it. So I got in to see if I could help the city and help some of the people in the city. But so far, we did pretty good, and we're gonna try it again. I hope I can get y'all's votes and get reelected, and I wanna thank you.
Okay. Mr. Barr, your first question is, if elected, what will be the focus of your time in office?
Okay. The focus of time in office is, I'm with Randy. I'm gonna see, we need businesses. If we get businesses, we can get revenue. If we have revenues, money coming in, we can fix the roads. I wish everybody down here had a perfect road, no complaints or anything else about it. But we gotta have the money coming in to get the roads fixed. And if we don't have the business to get the revenue in here, we're not gonna have those roads. And that is what I want to focus on our time in office.
All right, thank you very much. Your second question, number 12, describe what you feel the duties and responsibilities are of a city council member.
I think the duties and responsibilities of a council member is getting with the other council members. It's just not a one council member council here. There's 5 of us up here, and it's going to take all 5 to get it done. One person can't do it. 5, and the help of the mayor leading us in it too, which we've got a great mayor. He's been great at everything we've come up with. And I think if we get together with the other council members and sit down and talk about it, hash it out instead of one person jumping up saying, I want to do this, another one saying, do this, and pulling apart and everything, get together, talk it over, have workshops on it, and get it done. That's the only thing I can say about it, get it done, and get along with everybody and take care of the city and the citizens. Thank you.